Zippity-doo-dah, this is Prayer Rabbit, and I gotta tell you, I find a great laughing place listening to the Magic Our Way podcast with Kevin, Danny, Eli, and Rachel. Zippity-doo-dah!
Jumbo, everyone.
Harambe.
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast. They are truly magical and whatnot.
Asante Sana, everyone. You're listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana. And on this show, we invite you to feel the libations.
Feel it.
We are artistic buffs talking about Disney stuff, and this is the show in which every opinion is welcome. MagicOurWay.com is where you can find us for this show. We wrap up our discussion of Danny and Eli's May 2023 trip to Walt Disney World. And look, this is your typical polished practice Pixie Dust and Disney podcast. No, sir. We are not in the parks every day trying to tell you which cart has the most frozen, hard banana chocolate thing. Stuff in your mouth.
Hard
on
banana.
a hot summer day.
Wow.
We can't tell you that.
No. I don't want to tell you that.
And I don't know how to tell you that.
No. We're just here to drink, talk some Disney, and hopefully give you a saga conclusion that's better than Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, yeah. Well, anything is better than Rise of Skywalker. I think we can do that and top it flat.
My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
I'm Eli.
And Rachel is still currently on assignment at Walt Disney World while we're recording this particular show. And we look forward to hearing how our experience went in an upcoming show. So make sure you stay subscribed, stay tuned, because it's going to be awesome.
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
And as always, we hope everyone in Mohican Land had a good week. How's everybody doing in studio today?
Oh, man, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really good.
Yeah. Just glad to survive another week, although I do miss being at Disney when the strip report is bringing me back.
Bringing you back.
Bringing me back.
Did I tell you we had our Tron Light Cycle Run pictures show up?
Oh, no, you didn't mention that.
Yes,
I'm
we
glad
did.
it finally showed up.
Yes. I had to email them, but they finally showed up, and man, Eli's got a look on his face when he's going. Like, I'm like screaming like, yeah. And Eli's got a look on his face like the doctor just checked his prostate.
Oh, I mean, I could say it on the other show, the blood was leaving my face. So that's probably the look of when your blood
You're like
leaves
Arnold
your face.
Schwarzenegger on Mars.
Yeah, like Total Recall, like, they put
Total
the
Recall,
on, yeah. But I mean, look, he sent the picture to me, and I was like, oh my God, I need to go back. Because I was at work, and I was just like, oh my goodness, this is too much.
Just feels unresolved.
Yeah.
You need to go back.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I know we had a couple of episodes back when they got rid of the vulture at my job.
I remember that.
But
no vultures this time.
No more vulture.
No vultures this week.
But again, I'm just like, man, I just want to go back. I just want to work so I can go on vacation. That's where I'm at.
That's fair. We only got one life to live, so you might as well enjoy it.
Exactly.
Man, so I am totally excited to hear about the rest of you guys' trip. So how about enough of our jibber jabber? Let's get to it.
Hey y'all, a quick note. We actually recorded these segments on 2 different occasions, which explains why Rachel is on the upcoming travel agent segment, even though I said at the beginning that she was on assignment. So that's why you will hear her voice just for that particular segment. With that being said, Mohicans, enjoy our discussion about the changes implemented to Genie Plus in Walt Disney World towards the end of June 2023.
And that jingle means we have some travel agent news. Rachel, what do we have going on?
So we found out some news about Genie Plus today, which at first, when I got the email, I was pretty sure that it was going to be the news we've been waiting for about how you'll be able to pre-plan.
Right.
And it wasn't.
No.
Which was kind of a bummer.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, okay.
And then you saw what it was.
At first I was like, this is it. Yeah. But no, nothing. But what we did find out is that Disney listened to all the guest feedback. And, they've been hearing that Genie Plus is too complicated and too expensive. And so they thought that they would make it more complicated and more expensive.
That's what I was waiting. I was like, wait a minute. Is she going to tell me that they made it better? And I just misread this whole thing. I was hoping you would tell me that.
Perfect.
No, it was one of those emails where I got excited, opened it up, read it, and then smacked my head against the table.
No.
And then you were like, you know what? Job security.
I guess so. Well, so let's talk about it, right? So here's what happened. Disney has decided that nothing is changing about Genie Plus other than the pricing will now be it was always day by day, but now it will also be park by park. And so there'll be one price if you want to use it at multiple parks in a day. So if you have a park hopper ticket, this will be kind of important. You'll need to have the most expensive version of Genie Plus. If you are going to just one park, your price that you pay is going to depend on which park it is that you're visiting. So, for example, on Tuesday, June 27th, which would have been yesterday when this is released, if you want to visit multiple parks, so if you have a park hopper ticket, you will pay $27 per guest for Genie Plus on Tuesday, June 27th. You will also pay $27 per guest plus tax if you are going to Magic Kingdom only on Tuesday, June 27th. If you're going to Epcot, you'll pay $18 per guest plus tax. Disney's Hollywood Studios, $24 plus tax per guest. And Animal Kingdom would be $16 plus tax per guest.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's just like a sampling of what the price will look like on opening day. It will be just like Genie Plus before, which means that the price will vary day to day, but now will also vary day to day and park to park.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
This sounds painful.
Yeah. Not great. You know, I did used to tell people that I wasn't sure what the value of Genie Plus, or that there wasn't enough value of Genie Plus at Animal Kingdom. And so it makes sense to me that that's the least expensive park. Maybe now there's more value to getting it for Animal Kingdom because it is less expensive. But yeah.
Yeah. I try to play devil's advocate on this one and go back and forth a bit and try to think of how it could be a benefit. And yeah, overall, I'm not a fan. People still have yet to get over the idea that they have to pay for fast passes to begin with. Now you have to pay a price based upon a particular park, and then that could fluctuate by the day. It just seems, like you said, Rachel, to make it a lot more complicated.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just more complicated, and I think it makes the value proposition a little bit different day to day.
Yeah.
I think most people that get Genie Plus do tend to get it every day of their trip. So I don't know how many people are going to be like really crunching the numbers on this, but it might motivate some folks who weren't going to do it for Epcot or Animal Kingdom to go ahead and do it.
Well, that's the problem, right? Is that now you need to. You need to start crunching the numbers on this because it all seemed to kind of even out. Like maybe you paid a little less for Magic Kingdom and you paid a little too much for Animal Kingdom, whereas now you really need to factor into your decision making when you're going to park hop, which parks you're going to go to. It's so much more complicated than what it needs to be. The price seems to have gone up to a level. I don't remember Magic Kingdom being $27 a day, let alone on a random Tuesday.
It feels like a lot. Yeah.
It does seem like a lot.
The record is 35.
The record is 35. Okay.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was during President's Day week, I think. Or I'm sorry, Easter. It was Easter week.
Well, I looked up how much it would be if you would have bought it today. It was like $21. Like if you would have bought it today on a Friday in June, let alone not a Tuesday, a Friday when people are all getting off of work, locals are going to be coming to the parks and whatnot. It was only $21. So this seems like if we hit 35 before, we might be hitting upwards of 40 plus on really
for the holidays.
Yeah. And that sucks.
Yeah, it's a lot. I mean, it's still less than Universal's Express Pass.
Yeah.
But Express is so much easier to use.
Exactly. So if you're comfortable with the cost, cool. Just walk on as many rides as you want, as many times as you want. No scheduling, no getting on your phone, no finding the perfect time. None of that. You just walk straight to the front. And for that, I'd be willing to pay as much as Universal is charging.
Right. Yeah, I do.
That would be worth it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that would be worth it. The way they got this thing set up, I need to put my tickets on layaway.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
But $27, that's like what, a $5 increase as to what I think you would generally see right around this time of the year.
Yeah.
Right.
And then Animal Kingdom's about a $5 decrease.
Yeah, exactly.
So it sort of offsets.
But that's the problem, is that just because you're saving $5 over at Animal Kingdom doesn't mean it's a value if you don't need it.
Right.
Like-
and the other thing I haven't figured out yet, I'm assuming we'll find out on Tuesday, if you have a park hopper ticket, but you're not planning to park hop that day, I think you still automatically pay the highest price.
Oh,
wow.
How kind of them?
man.
Of
Because I
course
don't know
they
how
do.
else they would know you're not going to park hop. I guess maybe when you bring it up, if you select you just want one park, it will only let you make Genie Plus reservations in that one park. I'm going to hope that's what it is instead of forcing you to buy the park hopper, but that has not been clarified yet.
Do you have any theories on the reasoning behind this? Because they're slow as hell. On the summer, they are not very busy. I mean, unless they're just trying to pad their numbers for their quarterly phone
Stockholders and stuff.
all that. I mean, people are just coming. I mean, it was only 2 years ago you were getting Fast Pass for free.
Right.
And people are just now starting to digest this, and now you make it even more complicated and a bit more expensive, because if you have a family of 4, that $5 increase is automatically $20.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I think that they are really trying, at least the article that I got, like the news update, they're really selling this as a benefit to guests, that it's a lower price at some parks.
Yeah. Okay. So that's for guests that, I mean, look, Animal Kingdom, again, you don't need it. You really don't need it. We pretty much walked on anything that we wanted to at Animal Kingdom, maybe 20 minutes at the most. Flight of Passage, you're already paying that individual Lightning Lane anyway. Navi River Journey isn't worth it. Expedition Everest, it said 20 minutes. It was a walk-on. And we went in late May. So I don't know why under, like, Epcot, maybe. Yes. Now Epcot, that becomes viable, where you might save a couple bucks there. And maybe unless, like, the idea is that, okay, if you're buying this and you're buying the park hopper for all parks, if you're really strategic about it and you've got a great travel agent who can help you plan this out, you hit every must-see attraction in, a day or two.
Right.
And you knock them all out. And then after that, you just you go one park at a time and take it leisurely. I don't know.
I was going to say, maybe it's possible that's a thing of crowd control as well, right? Like if you have a family, say they can still go to Disney, but they can only go to one park. They go to the park that's cheaper. That way, the ones that are maybe bigger, they don't have as many people. That might be another form of crowd control, because we've talked about that in the past. Like, how do you keep the lines down? This might be one of their solutions to doing that.
Well, the lines are down, though. The calls
They are right now, yeah.
Because it's hot as hell.
Yeah.
The calls coming from inside the house. The lines are down. Like, that's what's so odd about this move. At this point in time, it seems like you want to be selling. Hey, come here.
Yeah, we
Guys,
got it down.
We fixed a lot. Come here. And now you're making it, to me, it seems like worse.
And more confusing, like Rachel was saying before. That's a great point. I mean, who can book if you book something and the prices are the same throughout, that makes it easier to figure out your budget. But if they fluctuate, I mean, if you think you got one thing and then it turns out to be something else, you could find yourself in a very deep predicament.
Well, the good thing about Disney Genie Plus, though, was always that you were able to make selections across all Disney theme parks as long as you had that park hopper ticket. And that made sense because you can't be in 2 places at once. And Disney isn't refunding you half the cost of Genie Plus if you leave the park midday.
No kidding.
Right.
And not to
No, that's
mention,
true.
you can't even park hop until 2 o'clock now anyway.
That's true. That's too many rules.
I mean, I think that's going away at some point, right, Rachel? As it stands, right?
I hope so.
I hope so too.
I think they want to make their money back because everybody keeps opening the doors in their establishment, letting out all their cool air, and it probably just makes it way too high.
But it's like they just are diametrically opposed to people getting the full value of what they purchased.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, they figured out a little way to get a little bit of value. We can't allow that to happen. It's like park hopping. In and of itself, you can't be in 2 places at once. So why does it cost so much to hop to a different park? Like if I paid $155 to be in the Magic Kingdom, but it's overcrowded and miserable, so I decided to bolt and go to Animal Kingdom, which is only a $134 ticket, shouldn't that be free? Like, why do I need to pay for the privilege of leaving the Magic Kingdom if I paid $155 to be there?
Yeah, no, I hear you. It's a good point.
Great point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're trying to, they think they're trying to help people maximize their dollar. I'm just not sure it's the way that people want to be able to
feel
do
like
that.
it, yeah, for sure.
Can I tell you what I think it is, Rachel? I think it's them figuring out a way to get people to buy Genie Plus for Animal Kingdom and kind of Epcot when they don't really need it. Epcot, I could see going either way, but definitely Animal Kingdom. I think they figured out a way, like, we're going to have a way by which people just go ahead and pay this $27 price. So they don't have to worry about it. And so we can kind of justify Animal Kingdom because no one's buying Genie Plus for Epcot right now. They're just not. I mean,
and Animal Kingdom, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
did I say that wrong? I'm sorry.
You
Animal
said
Kingdom.
Epcot, but I think it's both. I think you're right.
It's Animal Kingdom. I bought for Epcot. I did buy for Epcot, and when we got there, and I saw how we could have just walked on to Soarin', we could have walked on to Ratatouille. I was like, we didn't need this, but I didn't realize that until we got there.
And it's not always like that.
No,
it depends
of
on the
course,
day. It depends on the time. I do wonder if they will start selling out specific parks. So there have been some days where Genie Plus has sold out completely. So like usually it's not before 10 a.m. or noon. It's usually somewhere in that time bracket, but they'll stop allowing people to buy Genie Plus.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm wondering if this system will allow them to say like, too many people have it at Magic Kingdom right now, but we can still sell it for Epcot.
Well, and think of all the people who buy, like, okay, we're going to Animal Kingdom, and they buy the Genie Plus, but then they go to Magic Kingdom, they think they have to rebuy it, as opposed to doing that. Like, how's that going to work out? Do you automatically get an option on your cell phone, like where you could just go ahead and click it and say, no, I want to pay the difference between the Animal Kingdom price and the all parks price? Because that's what part of the fun of park hopping, for us at least, is that we never knew which park we were going to be in. If we walked in and it was too overcrowded and miserable, we left. Always. We left, and generally went to the resorts, to be honest with you. But if we went back to a park, we would always find like something else to go do, and we play it by ear. That's the joy of park hopping. It's flexibility, which anybody with a right mind wants on their vacation.
Right.
Yeah, it takes out some of the spontaneity.
Yes, exactly. And it's kind of a bummer. Is there any upside, though? Is there any upside besides maybe saving money on a Genie Plus to the Animal Kingdom that you don't really need?
Yeah, I think the only thing I can think of is what I said before, which is if they know how many people have it at Magic Kingdom specifically, they could stop selling it for that specific park. But then you could still buy it for like an Epcot, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, if they sell X number of Genie Plus in a day, and all those people happen to be at Magic Kingdom, you're going to have a bummer of a Magic Kingdom day with Genie Plus.
Absolutely.
But this way, it might allow them to distribute the number of purchases amongst the parks so that no one park has too many people who have access to it in a single day.
Here's me just guessing. What if you buy the Genie Plus, because at some point in time, we all know they're going to allow you a pre-purchase option. They pretty much said it, right?
Yeah. Yes, they have.
Yeah,
By
absolutely.
virtue of buying the all-park thing, you get more Lightning Lane selections in advance. Like maybe if you just buy it on the day itself, you only get one, but if you buy it in advance and you do it for all parks, you get multiple selections.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That would be cool. I mean, something just like, give us a carrot. I mean, this is not a make or break deal. It's just disappointing,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like I said, job security for you though, because good luck. I mean, people trying to figure out what works for them on a Disney vacation. I don't know how you do this going in blind without the help of a travel agent that can really look at this and help you figure it out.
Agreed.
I hope the app puts up a lot of rails. And by that, I mean, like, if you have park reservations at Magic Kingdom, which park reservations are about to go away. So maybe that's part of it too, this is another way for them to find out where people are going.
That could be it.
Yeah, that sounds right.
If you have park reservations at Magic Kingdom, I hope it doesn't allow you to buy it for Hollywood Studios.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that would suck. I hope that it doesn't allow people to make that kind of mistake. That would be it's going to be confusing enough. And those mistakes would happen if it allows you to do that.
Well, that's the biggest indication that these prices are going to change, because $27 for the all park thing, $27 for the Magic Kingdom. Why the separate pricing? It should just be one price. Magic Kingdom and everything else for X amount of dollars. So the fact that they're making a distinction between the two, like, you're right. If you paid for the Magic Kingdom, it should automatically default to the all park pass.
Right.
Right.
Or a nice
It
little
should.
combo.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
I'd take a combo even if you want to. Like,
Like your choice of park.
yeah, hey, because sometimes you go and get a burger, it costs more than if you get a burger with fries. Like, I get that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but to your point, like, a combo would be nice. Like, why all parks? Why all 4 parks? Generally, you're lucky if you're park hopping, you hit 2 parks.
Exactly.
Why not a 2-park price?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, because like Hollywood Studios doesn't have as many amenities as Magic Kingdom. So, it's not a fair comparison.
Like, maybe they charge you by how many parks you scan into. That would be nice.
Yeah. I mean, but that makes sense, and that's a little less complicated. If I know, okay, well, Tuesday, me and the family are gonna go to this park and that park, and now we know. But yeah, it sounds like, I'm sorry, I'm not traveling, but it sounds like a lot of breaking down, nickel and diming to where it shouldn't need to be that way, where it can have a nice general price, and we know what we're dealing with.
Well, that's what this comes across as. And I know they say that people demanded it and they talk to their audience.
Demand to pay more.
We've all seen those surveys. We all know how they word those questions. Like, wouldn't you love it if you could pay less to go to the parks at, instead of just paying one price, you could pay less if you went, oh, yes, check. And then meanwhile, they go do this.
It's pretty pointed for sure.
Yeah, ask me if I'm completely satisfied, midway satisfied, or not satisfied on this one. That's a very easy one to fill for the Scantron.
Well, Rachel, good luck to you. You're underpaid for what you do because this is going to get
that's for sure.
a lot more complicated.
Also, and not that, I guess to pull back the curtain a little bit, travel agents don't get paid on Genie Plus.
I know.
So, so much of our job is explaining this, and we don't even get paid on this.
Wow.
Part.
Oh man.
Dang,
but if they do the prepaid thing, I bet y'all get included in that.
Do you?
Maybe. We used to. So
yes, because
back when Genie Plus first came out, if you added it to your tickets up front, we did get a commission on that.
Okay. Well, good.
Wow,
Well, everybody
okay.
do that. Everybody do that.
I bet you they do that.
If it comes back, we'll say.
Yeah, because the other way, that's tough. That's like learning calculus and not getting a degree from school.
Well,
Right.
I mean, but it's on the travel agent to go ahead and have to deal with the headache of what they're putting
That's
forward.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh my
So
god.
it would only
tougher.
make sense that, if they're the ones who've got to do all this, then why not? If you're allowing them to start pre-purchasing and it's part of the overall package, then I think, they should actually be compensated for that.
Yeah, you better than me, Rich. I'm like, look, you see how complicated? Look, just trust me, you're going to get there. That's best I can tell you.
I'm going to help you get there. And then,
Yeah, I'm gonna get you
good
there.
luck.
That's like when your boss gives you another job assignment.
Right?
Yeah. You were just in charge of this, that, and the other, but now you're in charge of this and this and this, but no raise.
No raise. Exactly.
Oh my
that-
gosh.
We thank you for your service.
Yes. the job you do is really well. Like, yeah, but can I get paid more? Like, no, but here's something more complex.
So this is just for Walt Disney World, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I have not seen. And Disneyland is a whole different animal, too, because you can still pre-purchase it at Disneyland.
It's a better animal.
Yeah,
It's a
Yes,
cuter
it
animal.
is.
Yeah.
Nicer.
Cuddly.
Yes.
More fun to play with.
I have resigned myself, though, to just accepting that it just can never be at World what it is at Land, because Land is so much a locals park. And so as a tourist, you're going to just have advantages because the locals aren't trying to compete for the same things you're trying to do. And so Land is just going to be easier as a tourist.
All right, so great news. Look, if you want to check out this stuff, make sure you reach out to Rachel at magicourway.com to get more information about this.
So let's get back to the final conclusion of Danny and Eli's trip to Walt Disney World back in May 2023.
So anyway, we leave. Emmy goes back to the Magic Kingdom to go check out the fireworks. Grammy turns in for the night. Anna, Lily, Eli, and myself go to Coronado's main pool, the dig site.
Oh, wow.
And that's just a beautiful pool. I mean, you're swimming amongst Mayan ruins. And there's this huge Mayan temple that towers over you with water cascading down the front steps of the temple. So we're having a couple of margaritas. We get in the pool. We even try out the water slide. Although Eli got stuck. On the water slide. Like Winnie the Pooh, man. Got stuck on the water
Don't
slide.
bother.
And then, but they get the green light, so this little girl comes right after him. And so Eli's kind of scooching himself down the water slide little by little by little. Almost gets run into by this little girl
Yeah.
that was following behind him.
They didn't know he was stuck?
No, because they, you got...
Once you reach a point...
Yeah.
The green light flashes, and so the girl went. And,
Oh my god.
yeah.
I was good up to a certain point, but it was because of I guess the trunks that I had on. They stopped me. Literally, I would stop. I had to keep.
I'm
like
wearing
you said,
Speedos
scooching.
from now on.
But when you
Yeah.
hear the name of the water slide and you realize where he used to work at the Ottoman Zoo, you realize why it didn't work out so well, because the name of the slide was the Jaguar slide.
No!
And anyone who knows Eli's history at the Ottoman Zoo knows he can't tame a jaguar.
I cannot.
No.
They watch
Cougars,
me.
maybe, but not jaguars.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Jaguars escape him.
No, they always escape me. They
Oh,
watch
no.
me fix stuff. But yeah, and actually the girl behind me, she was like, "Oh my god, I thought I was gonna hit you." I'm like, no, I wasn't gonna hang out there. I was trying to get out, but yeah, I think my trunks just stopped it because the water was going. But I would slide to a certain point and literally just
But those weren't really trunks. He was wearing actual shorts, like camouflage, cargo shorts.
Oh,
so they were just
okay.
sticking to it.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're having a good old time, drinking margaritas and swimming. Well, all of a sudden,
having a good time.
yeah, a group of boys show up.
Oh, God.
And they must have been in their late teens. I'm thinking it was like a high school graduation trip or something.
Must be.
And there's like 30 of them.
Oh, my God.
Run around their swim trunks. They all jump in the pool. And they start getting really rowdy with one another. Like they form a circle in this pool. And
Lord.
2 of them would step forward and they'd start wrestling each other in the pool while the rest would scream and yell and holler. And when those guys would finish, the next 2 would step up and then they'd start wrestling. And then meanwhile, there's a group of girls that must have came in with them. And they're just like sitting off to the side, completely neglected while the boys are playing gladiator with one another in the pool.
I mean, a lot of girls.
They're feeling their testosterone. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just a pure testosterone fueled frat boy bullshit.
Yeah.
Kind of loud,
Poker
obnoxious
party.
thing. And the lifeguards are seeing all this and they like gather to discuss it amongst themselves. And then they start going to the guests individually and asking them if they feel threatened or uncomfortable with the boys' behavior. And
They're polling them.
Yeah, they come to me and they're like, dude, do you feel threatened by what's going on? I'm like, no, but I'm wondering if you guys are filming a Budweiser commercial or something because these kids are acting the fool. And they thought that was funny. They asked Eli the exact same question, didn't they? Like,
an older gentleman, he's like, "Yeah, you worried about these guys?" And I said, look, they're wrestling or whatever they do. I'm not worried about them, but I mean, this is not comfortable to go ahead and swim in.
Yeah, if they like to touch each other, sure.
Well, because like at that time, like we were all swimming in the pool.
Sure.
And there were a lot of families in the pool. And they were all getting out of the pool because they were acting crazy.
There were kids in the pool and like, you know, as they're sitting there messing around with each other, like that could have been a real harmful kind of thing.
For the record, when he says messing around, don't get the impression whoever's listening that they're like, oh, hey, let me give you a nugget. No, these dudes were like launching each other in the pool. They were jumping and like putting each other in chokeholds.
It was like the octagon, dude.
Yeah.
When they formed that circle, it was for real. It was not, and they were so loud you couldn't hear anything else.
It was like Sparta in the pool.
Yeah.
You know, like 300, that movie where they're like, like they were like hooting and hollering in that pool. So when those guys were coming around, like giving us like a poll, like, do you feel safe here? I'm like, yeah, I'm not in the pool. I'm like, I'm okay, but my friend and his daughter, they're in the pool.
Lily and I were in the pool, but we moved to a completely different section. And I mean, like seriously though, like the fact that the lifeguards are even asking us if we feel uncomfortable goes to show that they knew these kids were being disruptive to everybody else. And they probably should put a stop to this on their own.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but there was more of them than there were of the lifeguards.
They could have at least just sent them back to their room so they could and get it over with. I mean, because
something,
you've got that many half-naked guys,
and the girls were impressed.
Exactly.
Right?
It was like a pack of girls. Like there was a whole sea of the dudes trying to kill each other. There was like a pack of the chicks, and I know how young dudes think at that age. They're like, oh, look at me. If I choke this dude out, this girl gonna like it. But like they don't realize that girls have their own agenda. Right,
Yeah.
so like these dudes are fighting and jumping on each other. And
They think they're going to impress the girls,
right?
Like, it's either that, or they were harboring some repressed sexual desire for one another, or they were trying out for the WWE.
So
one of them.
But the girls did not care. The girls were in their own section, and it were just like, all right, why? But there was no girls like, ooh, I just like the way he choked that boy out and went out and did
for it, Jimmy.
That didn't happen. And I was looking at Danny, and I was looking at Anna. I was like, why don't these dudes just go to the chicks that's right there in the pool? Like, I mean, seriously, they were like right there in the pool. I'm like, God, that's what is so tough about being older.
Because they're
like,
stupid.
You're stupid. What are you doing, choking your friend? You gotta
don't choke your friend.
They was hot too.
Choke the girl.
I mean, you know,
don't choke the girl.
Don't choke the girl, but talk to the girl. But they right there.
Don't choke your chicken.
Watching you, but
kill the girl.
There was a whole scene, and then like, oh man, I think
lame.
Like, well, at that point when there was a hot tub too.
Yeah, well, I was going to get to that.
All the girls get in a hot tub.
Well, no, eventually at some point in time, because I think the lifeguards recognize we don't need some kid going in an ER because they accidentally slammed their buddy onto a 4-year-old.
Right.
So the lifeguards must have said something. Got the boy. They all ran out of the pool and jumped in the hot tub with one another. But again, they forgot the damn girlfriend. So
yes,
the girl, like they just kept leaving the girls behind. Like they were worried about their own bonding and intimacy.
Agenda.
I'm surprised you didn't walk by with a bunch of hundreds, just kind of like fanning yourself.
In my case, I was really fat that day. Like I can't tell
He
you.
got caught in the Jaguar side.
I was so big like that. I was.
Oh, your self-esteem was low.
No, my self-esteem was really high. Like if any of them girls would have came by like, ooh, I sure want a guy with a gut like you right there, I'd been on point.
BBC.
Yeah. But I was having mojitos, having a good time. Like, I was just watching the chaos.
You ain't got time for youth.
But at the same time, it was kind of like, you guys are messing up everything that we're doing to enjoy the vacation. So that was a little much because I was like, I'll choke you myself.
Young blood, you're stupid.
Yeah, I gotta prove nothing to these young guys. Like, I choke you old fashioned way right there, boy.
Damn straight.
Choke you like you did bad.
Choke your chicken.
There you go.
So when the pool closes, Lily, Anna, Eli, myself, we all had, and Emmy had met up.
Emmy showed up towards the end, yeah.
We head back to the room, and Lily goes and lies down in bed, and we hid a bunch of her little presents around the room for Lily to find tomorrow for her birthday.
Nice.
Because Anna had bought her like a couple little things that we were going to put around the room as like a little scavenger hunt kind of thing. And Anna had already hidden some earlier, and Emmy was basically just finishing up the rest. And that turned out to be a pretty fun evening because we just sat there having a couple drinks, cracking jokes, enjoying each other's company, as well as the Casitas Executive Suite, which is beautiful. And we stayed up until midnight just so we could all wish Lily a happy birthday.
Oh.
So that was really a lot of fun that night. So that was a great way to close out. We cracked so many jokes. I'd tell you them all, but I can't remember them all. I just remember just laughing a lot that night. Man, it was
a good
so
bonding moment with the family. Yeah.
It was.
I love it.
It was.
So the next morning, Lily starts looking around for her gifts. Well,
so she knew there were gifts.
Oh yeah. We did a whole poem to her. That was part of what we did the night before. We were staying up, making rhymes and stuff like that for a poem I can't remember what it was, but we wrote out something.
Okay.
Told her, like, think for every year she was born, so there was like 13 gifts.
So she knew this was coming. She woke up and then she started looking for it. Okay.
Exactly.
Cool.
Well, she found all the gifts that Emmy hid because Emmy made sure to mark off all the things that she hid on a sheet of paper so she knew where everything was. That way, if Lily was having trouble, she knew where to point her in the right direction.
Smart.
My wife, it turns out, while we went to Typhoon Lagoon, had already started hiding some gifts. Well, the gifts that my wife hid turned out to be a little tougher to find because my wife had a couple of drinks the night before.
Oh, have mercy.
So if my wife has a couple of drinks and she could hide her own Easter eggs at that point in time and wake up the next morning and not know where they are. And my sister bought Lily a beautiful Disney birthday t-shirt to wear for her birthday.
Nice.
And Anna insisted that it was hidden somewhere in the suite amongst the presents that she hid for Lily's birthday.
Of course.
We spent 30 minutes ripping the place apart, going through every nook and cranny of the Casitas Executive Suite at the Coronado.
Oh my God.
And we could not find that freaking shirt.
I have visions of the Kevin Smith tickets all of a sudden.
That's exactly what it was like.
Same thing.
Yes.
That's cool.
For those who don't, yes, we had all had tickets to go see Kevin Smith. My wife bought the tickets and lost them. And we were digging through piles of trash because she thought she threw them out.
Only to find them years later.
Years later, she found them and stuffed in a drawer somewhere.
Oh, have mercy.
Oh, man. Well, y'all got to see that one. I missed it.
Oh,
You're
man.
all right.
That sucks.
Similar thing, like even though Lily didn't even get to wear her birthday shirt for her birthday because we were running so late that finally we had to say, screw it, we got a reservation, we got to go. My wife found it the very next day. It was still packed in her suitcase, so it never even got hidden.
No,
Yeah.
it was hidden in her suitcase.
It was hidden in her suitcase.
Perfect.
Where it was at all along.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
We get to Hollywood Studios, and for the first time all trip, there's no breakfast. This is the first time we didn't do any breakfast. And we go to lunch at 50's Primetime Cafe.
Okay.
This was a new experience for me. It was completely Emmy's call because she'd eaten there a couple times before, and she really enjoyed how funny the waitresses were. So when I asked her, like, where do you want to go when we go to Disney, that was the first place she threw out. So we made sure we booked it.
This was lunch from Micah Table?
This is lunch.
Okay.
Yeah. And I got to say, I enjoyed the atmosphere. The food was okay. Not really what I'm craving on a vacation, the TV dinner style, like
What'd you get?
family home.
Out of curiosity.
The meatloaf.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got something like what? You got the fried chicken?
Yeah, I got like a
I got the-
sampler.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I got the fried chicken before.
Bunch of-
That's all right. Yeah.
Maybe it was on. I got the fried
PB&J
chicken.
milkshake. Nobody.
She got
No.
she got
Somebody
the fried
do-
chicken
okay.
as well, but she gave me like her piece of chicken as well. So
Okay.
I was gonna try the PB&J milkshake, but we all had cocktails, and I'm like, I don't need something else to drink that. I really does not. I know people say it's great, but it just doesn't sound appetizing.
No.
to me.
That's fair. That's
you go
fair.
on a ride too with
Yeah.
that. No.
Well,
Sticks to your ribs.
ouch.
but having just woke up after a long night and aggravated from the 30 minutes that we spent looking for a shirt that didn't exist, I really wasn't in the mood for the waitress's shtick, I guess you'd call it. I mean, like getting fussed at for having my elbows on the table
Right.
wasn't going to make me smile at that point in time. I just was not in the mood for all that. But I got to say, our waitress was really, really good. She did a great job kind of getting us all in a good mood. Yeah, she kind of did the shtick, but it wasn't overwhelming. It wasn't like what I remembered. Oh, was it Geyser Point? Was that what it's called? What's the name of the name of that
Wilderness
Geyser?
Lodge?
Wilderness Lodge. What's it called?
Oh, Geyser. It is
Something Geyser. I can't remember.
The outdoor in the back.
She wasn't as crotchety as all that. She was kind of cool.
Huh, okay.
But she was scary. She was very scary. She was very loud, very abrupt. She told my mom right off the bat. She like eyed the table and she looked at her and like, "You're my favorite."
Yeah.
She said. And after that, my mom wanted stuff, but she was afraid to ask for it. So I had to ask for stuff for my mom because my mom was worried she was going to fuss at if she did anything wrong.
Huh.
It's crazy.
That's funny. You're my favorite.
Yes. But everything worked out great. Ended up really enjoying it. Had a good time over there. We got Genie Plus for our last day in the parks. And we were supposed to go to Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway after lunch.
Okay.
But it broke down.
Oh no.
Yeah, it broke down. There was a couple of mechanical difficulties throughout this trip, and today was no exception.
Damn.
So we headed to Muppet Vision 3D instead. Only on the way, Emmy, Lily, and Anna decide, well, we're going to go to Star Tours instead. And Eli and I are like, well, let's just grab a drink and get out of the heat. And so we grab a drink, we run over to Pizza Rizzo's, we sit in the air condition and just like have our drinks and enjoy life.
Yeah.
While we wait for them
Yeah.
to text us and say they're done with Star Tours. And on the way, I kind of saw that the Muppet gift shop was closed, man, which is kind of like a bummer because I was really looking forward to some new Electric Mayhem merch since the new Disney Plus show is out.
Sure.
But yeah, there's no Muppet gift shop
That's disappointing.
open right now. It's
That's-
very much so.
Man, no.
So when they were done, they messaged us. And we went and caught Muppets, and it's still great, obviously. And afterwards, we go to Oka's Cantina. We had to stand, of course, because our quote-unquote table at Oga's, it wasn't even a standing table. It was like a one small section of the bar that was supposed to accompany 6 people.
Yeah,
God.
it was
It
cramped.
wasn't enough for 3.
I have
It
no
was-
desire to go back to the place.
It was
You
cramped.
know,
Some dude thought I was trying to hit on his girlfriend was that close to the
It
other
really
table.
is uncomfortable the way they pack you in there and they don't allow you to sit. It's really crappy.
Terrible.
You know those bubbly boba ball drinks that they used to serve for the
Sure,
kids that would
yeah.
bubble up and stuff like. Either they're off the menu now, or the bartender was new and had no idea how to make them. But we tried to order one for Emmy and Lil, and he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." And then I pulled up the video of when we ordered it last time. I showed it to him. He's like, "Huh, I don't know what that is."
Yeah.
Oh no.
After a little bit, I mean, we're trying to enjoy our drinks and stuff like that in this atmosphere. And I look over at Lily because Lily's not really drinking anything or eating anything, and she's just kind of looking off. And I kind of like, Lil, what's going on? And I look over in her eyes, and she's crying.
No.
And I'm like, baby, what's going on? She's like, I don't want to be here. And I'm like, why? We can order you something else to drink. It's fine. She vehemently just shakes her head no. And she's like, no, I want to go. I just want to go. So I take her outside. And, well, I guess we just kind of forgot that the last time we went to Oga's Cantina on our last trip was the same time in the exact same place, Oga's Cantina, that Lily got sick and started throwing up.
Mm.
And that landed us in the first aid center at the front of the park. So I think she was kind of connecting being sick that day to something she either ate or drank over at Oga's Cantina.
Yeah. Okay.
So she did not want to go back in at all. I mean, the rest of the crew, like, they're paying the tab. They realize this is a situation. They're not sure what's going on, but they're paying the tab. And I'm outside trying to calm Lily down. I'm like, okay, it's fine. We don't have to be here. Where you want to go? She's like, I want to go back to Typhoon Lagoon. And I'm like, baby, we'd have to go back to the room. We'd have to get our swimsuits. She's like, but I packed mine. I've got my bathing suit with me. Can we go?
Nice.
And man, I'm struggling. I'm really struggling here. And I'm like, I'm about ready to be like, okay, let's just go ahead and go. And my wife comes out and she's like, what's going on? And I'm trying to explain it to her, and she's like, no, come on. We got a bunch of people around here, and as this whole thing has happened, the friggin' heavens open up.
No.
And it starts pouring inside of Hollywood Studios. We all run and duck for cover under the first thing that we could think of, which so happened to be the Millennium Falcon.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we're all huddled up with a bunch of strangers, packed in underneath the Millennium Falcon, trying to figure things out. And as we're down there, it's pouring, there's lightning, and I turn to Lily, I'm like, baby, look, if we go to Typhoon Lagoon, sweetie, right now, Typhoon Lagoon's going to be shut down. It's raining, it's lightning, it doesn't even make any sense to go there. Tell you what if we go ahead and we book Smuggler's Run over there, and we let you and Emmy fly the Millennium Falcon for the rest of us? And that did the trick. And she started nodding. Okay, that's good. And so we go ahead and we, as much as I could under the rain. Not that it didn't matter, because, I mean, if my phone could have gotten any more wet, it wouldn't have mattered. We were able to get the lightning lane access to Smuggler's Run.
Okay.
And it was cool. I think if Eli and I would have piloted, we would have got a lot more coaxium. I can tell you that.
We're trained professionals on that.
But everyone had fun, and we had a great picture of all of us together sitting at the chess table of the Falcon. That was really cool.
Oh,
they
love
rush
that.
you through there so much now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's
they
fast,
don't want you to sit there and like, yeah, screw you, man. No, we're going to take our time.
That's a shame.
We also had a lightning access to Slinky Dog Dash because Eli really wanted to check it out. That's really the main reason I bought Disney Genie Plus for that day, because Eli really wanted to check out Slinky Dog Dash. It's like, look, I need to ride everything that I haven't ridden before. I've never ridden this ride. Can you get that?
Oh, I never realized you never been on that.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've never voiced it, but I was like, yeah, at least let me accomplish that
It's a
goal.
cute coaster. Okay. What happened?
Well, we find out that they shut down Slinky Dog if there's any lightning in the
that's
sky
true.
whatsoever.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
right. No.
So most of the day, Slinky Dog was not available.
That's your new rock and roller coaster. You're right.
Exactly. Very good callback, Kevin.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
When the rain cleared up, we ran over to the Baseline Tap House. There was no place inside because everyone huddled up for the rain, so we had to sit outside, but we had to take a shit ton of napkins and wipe down every corner of the table. It was soaked.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
So we wiped out her table. We sit there. Lily grabbed a pretzel. Now she's feeling so much better about being in Hollywood Studios on her birthday. And we had a good time talking. Emmy and Grammy went off to go ride Hollywood Tower of Terror. When they get done, everything's done over there. We wrap up. We meet up over at Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which had reopened. And again, just a brilliant attraction. Such a worthy successor to the Great Movie Ride. Just wonderful. After that, it was time for Hollywood Brown Derby. And I got to tell you, folks.
Good place, right?
Yeah, well,
Oh, no.
it wasn't a prefix menu this time,
Okay.
which was good.
That's good. I'm about to say.
But the new menu over there sucks
Oh.
so badly. In comparison to the old one, it just... I'm not going to the Brown Derby for shepherd's pie. There was some seafood dish. Like usually there's a seafood dish. It was a seafood like stew. It had a fancy name, but it was basically mussels and shrimp and stuff thrown into a broth, and it was a stew.
There's a stew, yeah.
That's not what you're looking for at Hollywood Brown Derby, man. No scallops, no burger, no tuna carpaccio, ni swat.
No variety at all.
No
And
bueno.
And in its place, they have what they called crab louis,
Yeah.
which I was like, okay, well, I like crab meat. It was meh at best.
I think your mom got that too, right?
Yeah, even she was like,
What was
not
it?
that great. It's just crab meat and like fried capers and maybe avocado is in there. I can't remember.
Yeah, it looked like a big crab cake, like sitting on a plate with some stuff on top of it.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's all I remember from watching when your mom
Strange.
got it.
It was not that good.
Not-
No, it wasn't.
appealing.
Like really, most of the stuff on that menu, I know you get in better detail, but most of the stuff on the menu, I was like, I don't want none of this.
No, that's
That's a
exactly
shame.
it. Yeah, I wasn't going to get in detail because we would be here forever. But I mean, there was nothing that just you looked at and like that just called you.
Especially after we just had eaten
Right.
there with, a
In the
year
last trip.
before. Yeah.
And there was just so much good. There was scallops, there was burgers, there was like so much good stuff there that you would associate with being in a restaurant of that theming.
of that magnitude.
Yeah. But no, man, it was kind of terrible. The only thing that was really good over there was the chocolate cake that they made. Like we did a specialty cake for Lily's birthday with the mouse ears and everything like that. Those cakes, they try and get you to order one every time you make a reservation. Those cakes are freaking awesome.
Really?
Yeah.
They're full of chocolate mousse, and there's like this gelatinous chocolate shell
and
that
then-
it's in. And oh my god, like, I'm not even a cake fan, and I ate 2 slices, huge slices of that cake. It was really, really
Probably
good.
because you didn't eat dinner.
Yeah, that was for dinner. You know what I had? I had a Cobb salad.
Exactly.
I switched out the turkey for shrimp, and I had a Cobb salad. And even that, it wasn't as good as the Cobb salad I felt like I used to have over there. I don't know. Maybe at that point my mind was just poisoned against it, but
You're
it
just
was
done.
universal.
Yeah.
Like everybody that was looking at the menu was like, "Eh."
And we really felt bad because like our waitress, she was pregnant, you know, and she's gonna have a baby, and so we didn't want to like be like, yeah, you don't
Oh,
want to
this sucks. We don't
put,
wanna-
you don't wanna mess it up,
put
yeah.
emotional stress on her. Hopefully, she had little Tiago or
Yeah, I can't remember the.
Tiago.
Her and her daddy were fighting over the baby's name, and her
Yeah.
baby name was better, and I can't remember what it was, but it was something
I remember
like that.
Tiago was the dad's choice because I remember it related to an MMA fighter, but her choice was like something
Butch.
more like
Sure, like-
Dominic or
yeah,
something like
it was
that.
something much prettier.
Yeah.
We all agreed that she had a better name.
So we didn't want to overstress this lady
Right.
with saying, "Hey,
Sure.
look, can you come pick up this food? We don't want to eat
Yeah.
it." Like she get burnt right there on the table. we didn't want that.
Yeah, you don't want to stress her
No,
out. Yeah.
we didn't want baby carpaccio on it.
Oh no.
After that, we go and we check out Toy Story Mania just to have something to do in the meantime, because we're still waiting out Slinky Dog Dash because it's still closed. And so we go ride that, and Eli and I had a pretty competitive game. We were really close. We were neck and neck on that sucker.
we were for a bit.
I think I pulled it out at the very end, right? It was
Yeah,
like by like a few points.
it's like it was like you were like 1,000 or 2,000 like ahead of me. It was close though. I was on.
But it was like, yeah, like we
was
would
on
leave
that.
one station, he'd be winning. And leave next station, I'd be
Yeah.
winning. Leave next station, he'd be winning. It was back and forth, crazy. But it was fun. It was fun.
plus fun.
It's amazing how much more fun that ride is when you just get to walk on it, as opposed to having to do that whole long wait. Like when Toy Story Mania was the only attraction in that
Right,
park,
yeah.
and you have to wait so long or go through all the trouble to get it, and you'd ride it, and you're like, that wasn't worth it. It's
Much
a lot
better.
more worth it now
Sure.
than what it used to be. But when we get out of there, what do we see? Slinky Dog Dash is running.
Hey.
And I point to it. I'm like, hey, guys, look, Slinky Dog Dash is working. I didn't think I said it that loud, but I must have said it with a megaphone because the whole park converged.
Yes.
From the moment I said it, just seemed like the whole park rushed to Slinky Dog Dash. So we go with the crowd.
They
Let's
dashed
go,
for
go,
Slinky
go.
Dog Dash. That's it.
They dashed.
They dashed.
So
Dash
we
Rip
get
Rock.
to the front, and the standby line looks completely empty because people just don't even seem aware it was open until I said it. And the lighting lane is backed up with people waiting to scan their stuff, and they're getting out their phones and whatnot. I'm like, screw it. Come on, standby queue. Let's go. We get in the standby queue, and we get to the point where we're almost about ready to walk right on the ride when you get to that one little holding pattern right before the loading platform.
Sure, yeah.
Right when when they're deciding this many lightning lane, this many standby, this many lightning lane. We get right there, and that's where we get stuck.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And it's getting backed up, and it's getting backed up. The numbers are starting to catch up and even out.
the
And as we're
rain.
standing there waiting our turn, the rain is picking up again. And intermittently over the intercom, you would hear, folks, at any point, we'll have to shut down this ride due to weather. So no ride is guaranteed. Just letting you know, you might have to get a line kind of thing. It was like something like
I
that.
was like, oh, I'm so close. This is the only ride I've never ridden before.
Rock and roller
Ever.
coaster. I love
yeah.
it.
And now I'm like kicking myself. I'm like, shoot, why didn't I do the lightning lane instead? Damn it. Minutes felt like hours, but we finally got on and got to ride it.
Hey, she got on.
Yeah,
Yes.
we did get on. We
Oh,
get
I
on.
love it.
Right before, I mean, like it was looking like it was set to rain, but even the heavens and God just said, hey, look,
Bless you.
you're on vacation. Have this ride.
Oh.
And how'd you like it?
I loved it.
I thought it was great too.
Yeah, it was very
Cute little
smooth.
coaster, man. I love
It is.
I don't know if it was because they were waiting, like the wait just made it better. I don't know what
Yeah.
it was, but it was like, I enjoyed it wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Even if we did get a little soaked waiting to exit.
Oh, no, I hear
We
you.
did, but like literally, I mean, it
Oh.
stopped. I mean, it
Yeah.
started to pick up right when our ride was done.
You know, when you
And,
stop where not Mr. Potato Head.
Oh, the penguin.
they're
yeah.
like,
yeah, Wheezy.
Wheezy.
Wheezy
Yeah.
singing, and we're just sitting out there in the rain.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure if it stayed on much of the rest of the night, but after that, we got out of there. We're getting set to leave, and as we're walking out, I think we grabbed another drink. I mean, Eli, I'll let you tell the story. We went to this nice little Australian guy.
Oh goodness.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah, there was
it
a
like
couple
my guy in Disneyland?
It was yeah. Well, we kind of had like a couple of instances happen, like like right, like because like we got to the core of people, like because you wanted to get something with Lily. I think you want to get a churro or something. So y'all went
Good
off
choice,
one way,
yeah. All right.
and then
No. We were getting. It's beyond the point, but I mean, I had a fuel rod. I had the.
Oh right,
Oh,
the
so you
fuel
had to get a new
rod.
tank.
I remember
That's
many years ago, I bought a fuel rod
Yes.
from Disneyland. I've held on to that exact same fuel rod for upwards of maybe 7 years now.
Yeah. You can exchange it.
Yes. But I've had the exact same fuel rod. I've never had to exchange it.
Oh, nice.
And Lily burnt out the fuel rod.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
yeah.
So she needed, she's like, Daddy, my phone's battery died. Do you have anything? We were going from place to place looking for fuel rods.
That's right.
And every single time you get to a place, like, go to social, we get over there, out of fuel rods. Where do we need to go? Hollywood Tower of Terror. There's more fuel rods over there. We get to Hollywood Tower of Terror, out of fuel rods. We get to another place. Fuel rods were there, but the machine didn't work.
Oh, no.
It was like one thing after another. I guess because it was the end of the night and all the charged and ready fuel rods had all been exhausted or whatever.
Sure.
But that's what we were on a hunt for. While we were out and about, we ended up being like, baby, I'm sorry we couldn't get a fuel rod, but don't worry, we're getting ready to go back anyway. Is there something else you would want? I didn't find out about the churro. If I knew about the churro, I would have got her that. That became a thing afterward.
Oh, okay.
She wanted a hot dog again. And
Well, see, so
we went to Dockside Diner and got a hot dog. But
There you go.
yeah, well, that was the thing. So, like, I was with Daddy and Lily when they went for the fuel ride expedition. But once they split, I was like, okay. Because, again, remember, I don't have a phone.
Right.
So I'm like, well, look, I don't want to go off with y'all. And then, like, if, people are trying to figure out what's what, I can't get lost. I got to stick with someone that has a phone.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I hear
So
you.
I see his mom and I see his wife, and I'm like, hey, look, this is what's going on. And they're like, okay, well, we're going. So like, well, look, Emmy still wants to stay, so we'll have Emmy hang with you, and then when you catch up with Danny and Lily, then whatever y'all want to do is cool. So I'm like, all right, well, to be fair to Emmy, I'm sure she's listening. I feel the most safer with Emmy because she's like I guess a trained MMA fighter or something. That girl throws a very nasty combo.
Really?
So yeah. If she wants to demonstrate it on you, trust me, that girl has lightning fast.
She got power.
She got speed.
I love
She got
it.
speed.
my niece is tough. She's polite, but she's tough. That's
Yeah.
why we call her the polite
Like
pain maker.
maker. Yeah.
I love it.
No, she's it's good. But so I said, okay, well, Emmy, you're my bodyguard. We're gonna find them, and so like we ended up doing that, and we all got together towards the end. So we're like right in the center of Hollywood Studios, and this random Australian man with his family is like, wherever you are going, I want to go with you too, mate. I want to go where you're going.
What the
sending
heck?
me out.
I wanna party with you guys, man.
I want to be with you.
Just out of the blue?
Because we had drinks.
Yeah. Yeah. But he just
Out of the blue.
He just threw it out there. I was
I
like,
was like, come on, man, we'll buy you a Foster's.
yeah. I'm like, what you want? Yeah, you come on. It's hey, you want to have fun. I understand what it's like. They're taking the fun away from you, but you need it on vacation. Come here, my brother. Come here. He was
So
like,
you hooked him up.
And his family was like, come on.
yeah,
What are you
come
doing?
on.
Come
Come on, Dundee.
I'll go to you later.
But he was like, oh, I'm so sorry, mate. I'm so sorry. And so the funny thing is like, it's okay. We understand what it's like with your family on vacation. So now it's the four of us, right? So my thing is I wanted to get as much merch as I could. So whenever
Yeah.
we've gone to different places, like, Danny will be like, hey, look, this is a cool shirt, blah, blah. And this dude got a good eye. Got me my kimono, got me a Jim Lee, like, X-Men, like, shirt that had all the
Yeah.
art on it. So
Nice.
I was like, yeah, whatever. We good. So there was this one store that had like this Avenger like equipment. So he's like, hey, look, we're gonna go in there, and they had an Indiana Jones, stuff like that.
All right.
So we're like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna go in there and check that out. So I saw this Avenger assembled shirt.
Nice.
The same Australian gentleman is in the store.
Oh, no.
So I'm messing with him this time. Like, he
Destin.
caught us off guard, so it's my turn. So I was like, hey, we were looking for you. We found you. Come on with us. Just leave your wife and your kids behind. Come on with us right there. Come on. We looking for you. Come on now. And he was like, oh, mate. Oh, that's tempting, mate. That's really tempting. I want to go with you, but so like, yeah, we had a guy who wanted to be a part of our crew.
Yeah,
right
something
there.
about us just said, "Hey, we hate those guys."
Ozzy.
Oi.
So if you're listening, dude, good day.
Good day.
There you go.
So while that was going on, we all reunite. It's the four of us: me, Eli, Emmy, Lil. And we decide, you know what? This place is about to close. Let's go see what's going on with Rise of the Resistance.
Yeah.
Because we never
There you
bought passes
go.
for that.
Nice.
And we go look, and they say there's a 20-minute wait. And we're like, we can do
Cake.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
So, we just walked right on the freaking ride. There
Love
was
it.
nobody in front of
I
us.
love that.
It was so cool. One thing I did notice, though, however, is that I don't know if it's because it was late or someone complained at some point, but the Imperial officer cast members were really, really nice.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
It wasn't right.
No, it wasn't like, normally
That's
like,
weird.
come on, rebel scum, go for questioning and da-da-da. No, they were like that. Nothing like that.
Nothing
They're
like that.
How many in your party? Are you good? Okay, go ahead and move on. Like, they were so nice. It was like, come on, man, half the fun is y'all f***ing with us.
Yeah, last time I was there, the guy was like, "Hey, your ex-wife is lucky that she dropped you, you pig."
Yeah, I remember that.
Like,
Yeah,
you
that was
know,
crazy.
Used to
Nothing
be
like that.
One of the best parts of the ride. But anyway, the ride's still cool. Like, we rode it. Some of the effects are broken. It's really a bummer. The Kylo Ren, the guns, a couple other things.
Oh, you got the spaceship Kylo Ren?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I think it's been that way for a while. I don't know that I've ever. I think maybe in Disneyland, the last time I got. No, that's not true. I got the animatronic Kylo Ren when it first. When you had to do the vertical cues.
Yeah.
I did get it at one point, but
Oh, damn.
70% of that ride is better than 100% of most rides at Disney World.
This
It's
is true.
still
This is
that good.
Well said.
Yeah. So
Good
after
ride.
that, the park closed and we're leaving, and Eli's like, "Man, I ain't taking no more buses. I'm done with the bus."
After last time, what you heard him say when
Yeah.
he was getting packed up, I'm not gonna be
You
Eli
done.
Parks. No, sir.
They're like, "D, what's our options?" I'm like, "Well, there's a Skyway right over here. We can take the Skyway to another." Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to another resort. I'll pay for the Uber from there, but let's just get out of here. I ain't taking no buses. So we go ahead, we get on the Skyway, and we just go through a scenic tour of Disney on the Skyway. Me,
Nice.
Lily, M,
It
and
was.
E were just riding around the Skyway.
It's pretty.
Finally, yeah. After a while, we were like, okay, well, where do we want to get off? And I'm like, well, I know Art of Animation. We stayed at Art of Animation. I'm familiar with Art of Animation. Why don't we just go ahead and get off there? And we're like,
nice.
All right, cool. So we get off at Art of Animation, and we checked out the pool area and stuff like that, and all the art and everything over there, and just kind of sights off for a little bit. I walked through the food court area, checked it out, checked out the gift shop and whatnot, and then got to the main entrance and ordered an Uber back to our hotel. And then when we're on the way back to our hotel, Eli's like, "Man, I'm picking up some hamburgers, man, because we really were not happy with our meal over at Hollywood Brown Derby.
Right,
it was
right.
that bad.
It's
You're
disappointing,
very
yeah.
right. Yeah.
He's like, "Dude, I'm getting some cheeseburgers, man. You want one?" I'm like, "Yeah." So he stops at Cafe Rick's. He's getting cheeseburgers. I take the girls back to the
Cafe
room.
Rick's.
Cafe Rick's.
That's what they had
RIX.
the.
Oh,
yeah.
at Coronado?
That's
Yes,
the
that's what they had the
Oh,
Coronado.
okay.
Yeah, it's like a
Yeah,
sports
yeah.
bar
Gotcha.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because he was watching the NBA Finals. And so he comes back to the room, and we closed out the evening eating cheeseburgers and watching the Denver Nuggets eliminate the Los Angeles Lakers from the playoffs.
Yeah.
Ah, nice.
Which, as a New Orleans Pelicans fan, Anthony Davis.
Pretty much.
I'm happy with that.
There you go.
Pretty much.
But yeah, that was how we closed out our last day at the studio. So that
Cheeseburgers.
leads us into the next day, which was the day we were leaving. And unfortunately, we didn't have any parks booked or anything like that. We had a flight leaving out around 5 o'clock. Again, I did not book the damn flight, or else we would have got the last flight out of there.
Mm-hmm.
So we were all packed up and everything early. We stowed our luggage, and we headed to Chef Mickey's for our last breakfast
Beautiful.
at Disney. And the good news was that Anna did locate Lily's birthday t-shirt. Like I said before, she got to wear it on the last day that we were there for the one breakfast that we got to do. Nothing else, but that was it.
The final breakfast.
And Chef's Mickey's is really a great way to close out your vacation at Disney. Saying goodbye to Mickey and Minnie and Donald and Goofy. It was so cool. I mean, being in the contemporary, the traditional Disney resort,
Sure, yeah.
there were birds everywhere. I mean, my God, they must get in through the monorail entrance and just stay there because they were underneath every single table scurrying for food wherever they can get
Oh my
it.
God.
Flying right off in front of
Yeah.
your face, too.
To smart birds.
Birds everywhere. Even the birds love Disney.
Nature.
Birds could vote. Ron DeSantis might be out. But we spent the entire breakfast trying to talk my wife into one more day.
Nice.
Oh, my God.
We
Here we
found
go. Try.
Day.
Oh, my God.
We felt we were gypped to that one long Typhoon Lagoon. And by long, I just mean 3 hours.
Sure.
We just wanted 3 hours at Typhoon Lagoon. It's all we really wanted. Just one more day. Even a late flight out where we would have had one last hurrah at Typhoon Lagoon or wherever anyone else, like that may have been where Lily and I went or Eli or whatever, wherever Emmy wanted to go, wherever Grammy wanted to go, I don't want to, wherever what worked. We just wanted that one more day, but we could not break her. Eli's like, how much? How much would it cost? Come on, I got money. Tell me how much. Just give me a price. Wouldn't even give him a price.
Nothing.
Oh, no.
Their characters are coming around. Donald comes around. We're like, Donald, we want one more day in Disney. What do you think? And Donald's like, thumbs up. You know, like, yeah. Like, she won't let us stay, Donald. She won't let us stay. Come on, Donald, one more day. And Donald's like looking at her like, one more day. Like, look, he's giving her the one. And we're like, look, that's Donald. That's number one. Come on, one more day. We did everything.
You
we could.
played Phil Collins one more night.
Yeah, I did. I pulled out my just one more day.
I was dying off of that.
That's hilarious.
And while we're there, like 2 tables down, there's a group of Brazilian women at this
Oh.
table, and they're celebrating their birth. One of them is having a birthday.
Daniela is having a birthday.
Daniela, and she must like they
You
these
remembered.
ladies were like in like what 30s, 40s.
I was gonna say late 20s, mid 30s.
There you
Perfect.
go.
Yeah.
Okay. And they were really excited to be at Disney World. I mean, every time a character would show up, they would cheer, and then that cheer would turn into a chant. And next thing you know, they're all dancing around. Mickey and Donald and Mickey and Donald are dancing too, and they're getting into the groove and everything like that. And they're just having a great old time. It was so fun to see. Man, when
Gotta
we were
love it.
leaving, we wished him a happy birthday. And next thing you know, they're cheering and clapping with us too. And then they see Lily's birthday shirt and they start chanting and singing happy birthday to her. It was like, man,
Yeah, it was a party.
made me want to go to Brazil right there.
To the bam.
I wanted to be. I just wanted to go with them and sit at the table. They had some like they were
Eli
fancy.
wanted that one more day.
No, but like Dan's a good guy. He was like, "Come on, like hey, that's all a birthday." And then he's like, "Go say something." Like, I want to celebrate with y'all. They're like, "Okay, goodbye." Like what?
Okay, goodbye.
Yeah, it would have worked better if you were with Lily and like, look, her birthday too. Like, you could have ingratiated yourself a little bit.
I could have, but I was worried about the scrambled eggs. I
But-
was.
Man,
Oh, no.
That was it. That was all we had to do, and then we have to board an Uber because they're all
Oh,
ready to
yeah.
go. We need to be over the airport 2.5 hours in advance because you don't know. You got to go through customs.
Oh,
you
yeah,
gotta go
Orlando.
through,
MCO is crazy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god.
anyway, the whole ride over to the airport, it just rained.
Oh, no.
And then we get to the airport, it's now thundering to the point of like the room shaking.
Sure.
Eli and I are like, well, plane's going to be delayed. I think somebody was saying we should have stayed. Like, there's one point in time we go to get drinks at a bar. Now, we're about an hour delayed at this point in time.
Sure.
And we go to the bar. There's a dude, head down, passed out at the bar.
Oh, my God. That's
Like, out.
Cold.
amazing.
And the bartender's like, my friend. And he's trying
He's trying to wake him up.
And he would not. Yeah. This guy's like, he talks to his friends like, and like, we're going to have to call airport security and get him. And like, they walk off and like, they're calling airport security to get this guy like, because they're like, this dude's plastered. He's drunk. He's messed up. Eli and I are like, can't let this man go to jail. We didn't even know this man.
No.
We start shaking this
Yeah.
dude. They're like, brother, come on, man. Get up. Get up.
man.
Get up. Come on.
You can do it.
We got him up and like, dude, your flight says it's leaving in 5 minutes. It's probably delayed. You got nothing to worry about, but they're about ready to call airport security on you. That dude woke up quick. And if he was drunk, because they thought he was drunk, they thought he was drunk and passed out. I think he just fell asleep because he seemed fine when he came through.
He seemed like a foreign traveler of some sort.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But he got to his plane. We saved the man.
He
from
thanked
being
us. Yeah.
Yes, he did. And we went in the terminal and waited for another half an hour before finally our plane was ready to go. And then we took off and we came back home to Louisiana. So there we've been ever since, man. So that's our Disney vacation.
That is a vacation.
Nice,
That is a
nice.
vacation.
Lots of fun, lots of good stuff.
And we got to go back now.
Yeah, you got to go back, man. You got to figure that
be
out.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who doesn't? That's great. Thank you for sharing your adventures or your journey, your saga of your May 2023 trip to Walt Disney World.
Yes. Happy to do that.
Awesome.
Absolutely happy to do that.
Yeah, very nice to live vicariously through you guys while I was at work. And that's awesome. And so, yeah, if you guys have any thoughts or questions and stuff about their trip or maybe some aspects of trip planning and whatnot, you can let us know and get in touch with us. And we're about to tell you how to do that in just a little bit. Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed that trip report of Danny and Eli's from May 2023. Very awesome stories to hear and glad they had a great time. Hey, look, if you want to ask some questions or share your thoughts about trip planning or curious about any aspects of their trip, what they thought about it, you can do so through the following ways. First of all, shoot us an email at show@magicourway.com or call or send us a text message at 1-815-MOWEEKEND at 1-815-669-4226. 669-4226. And of course, we have a couple people do things outside of the podcast. First of all, we got Eli, does things with comics. Eli, what you got, sir?
Yes, sir. You can always visit my website, www.ivorycomics.com, where you can see the works that I do. Fully colored, 48 pages. The only ad is for the Magic Our Way podcast. So that's more than any of the big boys are doing right there. So you can see Project Geisha and Molly Be Damned, as well as Savages. And please support the arts on that, where you get blog posts and interviews, and of course a link to this podcast, so you never miss an episode.
Never ever. So www.ivorycomics.com is where you go ahead and find all that action. Social media, I'm right there on Facebook, Eli H. Ivy. You can find me there as long as you're a real person. Lovely to meet you. If you're a bot, do not need to greet you. I don't even need to go into that because you know what it's about. Project Geisha has a Facebook page, or facebook.com/Project Geisha. Instagram, you can find me right there, posting up hearts and likes. Ivy 504, and of course on Twitter, I can be found at Hancock10166. So if you appreciate the madness, he's just bringing me the gladness. Thank you very much, and appreciate your support.
And even though Rachel is not here, she left us some good words to live by should you want to book a vacation with her, as well as support the Magic Our Way podcast. Rachel, take it away.
This is Rachel, one of the hosts of the Magic Our Way podcast. I would be honored to help your family book your vacation to Disney destinations, Universal, cruise lines, and major hotel brands around the world. Booking with me is at no extra cost to you. The cost of a travel agent is built into the cost of your vacation, whether you use one or not. And when you book with me, a little bit of your trip comes back to support the podcast and the fan community here at Magic Our Way. You can reach me at Rachel, Rachel, at magicourway.com, or you can find me at R, the letter R, Family Magic, so Our Family Magic, on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. You can also give me a call or a text. My phone number is 978-432-WISH. Reach out today and let's make some magic with your family vacation.
So if y'all want to access the info we just mentioned, go to magicourway.com/about us. Plus, if you want to elevate your support of the Magic Our Way podcast, go to patreon.com/Magic Our Way. There you'll find 6 awesome tiers to support this show.
Awesome.
Any way in which you can support the show is deeply appreciated. We also want to thank you for being a loyal listener, and we love hearing from our listeners. All opinions are always welcome on the Magic Our Way podcast, so make sure you get in touch with us today. So, my weekends, we say Kwaherini. My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
Magic out.